Good afternoon to all of you. I'm sorry not to be able to speak in German, a beautiful and very manly language, and then my words will be even stronger. So I will speak to you in a poor English because, as you see by my name, that my mother language is Spanish. So I will deal with the 5 pseudo-synodal impostures of the German path. The synodal path undertaken by the German Bishops' Conference departs radically from the traditional synod model, and if not stopped in time, will lead to schism. Indeed, the said synodal path is based on 5 impostures. First, a theological magisterial imposture. The goals of a regular diocesan synod are purely pastoral and disciplinary. Thus, questions of faith and disciplinary questions beyond the diocesan level are outside of its competence. But the 4 forums created to prepare for the event in Germany, power in the church, priestly celibacy, sexual morality, and women's access to ministries, address exclusively the above mentioned 2 types of prohibited questions. Furthermore, the propositions put forward in these 4 matters are, for the most part, heretical, while the alleged pretext to listen to what the Spirit says to the church through the community is also heretical, insofar as it suggests that divine revelation is expressed and evolves through human vicissitudes. So, second, it's an ecclesiological imposture. Bishops receive with ordination and with the papal appointment the power to sanctify, teach, and govern. As master of the faith, they must be not only witnesses but also judges of the revealed truth, a function they cannot delegate to anyone when controversies arise. As shepherds, they possess ordinary, proper, and immediate power over their flock, including legislative power, which they must exercise in a personal and exclusive way without being permitted, quote, to legislate together with other persons, organisms, or diocesan assemblies, end of the quote. This comes from the Instruction on Diocesan Synod by the Congregation of Bishops and the Congregation for the Propagation of the Faith. The role of the Synod's members is therefore merely consultative, and all the more so if these members are simple lay people. Contrary to this hierarchical character of the Church, the German synodal path associates on an equal footing the Conference of Bishops of Germany and the Central Committee of German Catholics, ZDK, which obtain co-responsibility in the development and result of the synodal process. The democratic nature of the event is accentuated by the fact that the Synodal Assembly, the supreme organ which will make all decisions, will be composed to date of a majority of 122 lay people, including a majority of 70 women, compared to only 105 clerics, including 69 bishops, and only 32 priests and 4 deacons. Second, the synodal presidency will be co-managed equally by the presidents and vice presidents of the Episcopal Conference and the Central Committee of the Laity. And third, the preparatory forums will be composed by 20 members, appointed half and half by each of these 2 organisms. In short, synodality is only a fraudulent label to achieve a radical democratization of the Church. And this is an imposture. The third imposture is sociological one. The German synodal path presumes that the Central Committee of German Catholics is a body representative of the Catholic faithful. It turns out, on the contrary, that the ZDK is the acronym for the committee. It's a kind of parliament of which almost 2/3 of the members are delegates of Catholic associations that do not represent the ordinary Sunday Mass goer, you. They don't represent you here, no? But rather what is called the Rete und Verbandskatholizismus. No? That is a sort of nomenclatura of apparatchiks, no? Of activist organizations of liberal orientation. No? And this is an imposture. They don't represent the Catholics of Germany. The fourth imposture, it's a methodological one. The synodal path takes as a pretext the MAG report, no, is the experts from Mannheim, Heidelberg, and the other with G University, on sexual abuse committed by Catholic clergymen in Germany. Contrary to the evidence and other studies that point to the moral laxity and the collapse of moral theology as the main culprits, and mainly the letter by Benedict XVI, this report instead accuses the Church's power structure, the sacred character of the priestly ministry, Catholic sexual morality, and particularly its condemnation of homosexuality as the main responsible, the main culprits. In other words, from the outset, the synodal path considers as an indisputable premises the very conclusions it tends to draw. And this obviously is a petition of principle. The fifth is a human imposture. For 50 years, the predominant current of the German Bishops' Conference has sought to infiltrate into the Catholic Church the heresies promoted by the leaders of German neo-modernist theology. Instead of assuming these heresies with full transparency, the German bishops hide behind the laity and under the pretext of synodality want the laity to bear full responsibility for the rupture with the truth of Christ operated by the new schismatic church they are building on Luther's footsteps. But Cardinal Marx and his cronies are completely mistaken. Even if Pope Francis approves the recommendations of the German synodal path, the living and dynamic elements of the Catholic Church in Germany and all true Catholics around the world will not be fooled by their moves and will manage to remain faithful to our Lord Jesus Christ and his Church. Indeed, the Church belongs to Christ and not to his vicar. True synodality is achieved in the Church when pastors and the faithful work together. That's synod means that, work together. Following who? The Good Shepherd and guided by his teachings, not distorting them to follow the capricious winds of the zeitgeist. Thank you.